Hey, thanks for tuning in to this week's classic episode of Angler West. This week we're starting off on Yale Reservoir in southwest Washington, fishing for kokanee. And then something a little bit different. We're going to Louisiana to go offshore for some big giant yellowfin tuna with Roland Martin. Now that's about that most opposite type of fishing you could possibly get, but it's all good. Whether you're fishing for tuna or kokanee, you're still having fun doing it, and they're both great eating fish. Now, kokanee fishing has really exploded in popularity over the last decade or so. There are so many more people fishing kokanee, and it makes sense because there's lots of fish to catch. Maybe there's been some good things done with management on those, and the kokanee populations in a lot of the lakes have done really well. Of course, it's up and down in different places, but in general, we've got good kokanee populations in lots of lakes, and boy, there's a lot of people who really take it seriously and they get very complicated with it, but you don't have to be that complicated to catch kokanee. They're not always easy to catch, but if you follow a few simple rules, guidelines, you're going to do just fine to get started in catching kokanee. Now, basically, there's two basic types of dodgers, so to speak. And dodger is an attractor that's going to bring the fish to your lure, hopefully. Now we've got this style, which is commonly known as a sling blade, MaxLure sling blade. You see how that profile is. That allows it to go faster. You control these up to maybe 2.5 miles an hour before they start to spin and act crazy. Whereas a more square type dodger, like the Double D, it's designed to troll at about maybe 1.4 miles an hour at the most, down to 1.2, 1.1, so around in there. You know, and you always hear about kokanee biting at 1.4 miles an hour or maybe 1.2 and they're real specific like that. Well, it's not like the fish, they're not so concerned about the speed. It's just that's the speed that certain types of dodgers that are popular at the time work the best. So a square type dodger like the Double D, it's going to troll best probably about 1.4 miles an hour. So that's going to give the best action on your lure and therefore catch more fish. Now sometimes, though, going a little faster, especially in the summertime, the water's a little warmer, going faster can be a big advantage. So sling blade, that's something that I really like to use when the water's a little warmer. Get going, you know, get that speed up, and I think you might find you'll catch more fish. But the fish are going to tell you what to do every day, and you just have to listen. Now, you can't go wrong with a hoochie and behind a sling blade or a Double D or some sort of dodger like that. Now, UV is a big deal. When we filmed this episode, the mid-size UV sling blade had just come out, and I'm going to show you what these look like under a little bit of UV light. So we'll kill the lights, and you can see how that really shines and glows with this UV enhanced light. Now that's different than glow. This isn't a glow lure. It's not going to like glow in the dark, but it's just going to take the available light that's down there deep or in a dark day or whatever, and it's going to make the most of that light, so to speak. And you can see that when you hold a UV light on it. Also, your hoochies can be UV. So here's some fish field hoochies that really light up. So that's pretty cool. So whether you're using UV or not, it's just another tool in your box. And if you have a light like this is a Venom light that we just got into the shop, and you can narrow it down or make a broader beam of light like this. And really a simple, really good product, I think, not expensive. We've got these in the shop now, and it'll tell you what you have that you might not even realize is UV. So anyway, take advantage of your UV products that you do have and get out there and do some fishing. Now let's go join Steve Leonard, Steve Lynch, my wife, and my daughter Emmeline for a little bit of kokanee fishing on Yale Reservoir.
Yale Reservoir, one of 3 impoundments on southern Washington's Lewis River, is a fantastic kokanee fishery, barely an hour's drive north of Portland, lying between Merwin and Swift reservoirs. Today we're with guide Steve Leonard and Steve Lynch, but because Yale is full of pan-sized kokanee and a great place for kids, I've brought my daughter Emmeline and my wife Ann. And Emmeline is very excited about catching her first kokanee. We have the right tackle, a knowledgeable guide, and a beautiful day. Now all we need is the right smelly stuff.
What I've done is I've opened up a new can of Choupei corn. I've drained off the excess juice, and I'm going to marinate them with the shrimp krill oil. Normally, the day before I fish, I would have done this, but I would have used the Wizard Kokanee Corn Magic and put it in. But I was not prepared, a little lazy, so we're just going to do the quick and easy method this morning. Marinate it up. It turns in a nice orangish red color, and this will work. Should catch us some fish. Well, we're going to use some of Shasta Tackle's products today, and I've got the squirt hoochie tied up with its UV. We've got one of those flashers set up here. I think this would be the right color to work. It is a 2-hook setup, so I'm just going to put one piece of corn on each hook. And here again, the corn we've done up with the shrimp krill. Some guys will put 3 or 4 pieces on, but I feel just one piece of corn per hook would do just fine.
Here we go, fish on.
There we go. Emmeline, would you like to reel this in?
Fish on over here. All right.
There it is.
All right, we got it. In the net. All right.
Woohoo!
This is a nice kokanee we got here, average size, running around 12 inches, maybe 13, put a measurement on it. But this is your average size kokanee you're gonna get here in Yale Reservoir. We're fishing this section of the lake down here. It seems to be holding the fish. It's a deeper pocket of water in here, and it shallows around the edges. And it's around 160 feet, so we're trying to concentrate on, so these fish will kind of hang in this deeper water in that right level of water, about 100 feet down in that deeper water. Here we go, fish on, fish on, fish on. Here we go, Emmeline, fish on, right here, right here. The rogue rod is bending. You ready? There you go.
There you go. Come on, you can do it.
These kokanee, they got really soft mouths, so we're using a lighter rod. It's an 8 to 17 pound rod, and we're using a rubber snubber, kind of a rubber band type system on the end of our flashers, in between that and our lures. So when these kokanee hit it, it kind of gives a little bit of absorbent shock there, so it doesn't pull the hook out of their mouth, so they have a real soft mouth.
You go out there and see.
All right.
Nice.
Fish are biting today. Something like that?
5. Oh, who's counting? Huh,
Yeah,
Emmeline?
who's counting? We're losing track. Woo! Nice and fresh. Lively.
Woo! Emmeline, you want this one? Ann, is there one on your rod?
It feels like there's
Okay. Come here, Emmeline. I'll hold it up, you reel it. This is a lot better than going to the dentist, huh?
This is the big one.
Yeah? You think it's bigger than the others that you've caught?
Yeah.
I think your mom lost hers, but you've still got yours on. You're out fishing everyone today.
I got.
Keep reeling.
I think this is when we're going to throw back.
Okay, oh yeah, that's a little one. We'll let him grow up, huh?
It's a kokanee though, but yeah, these are the ones we throw back, so we have a great fishery to keep these bigger ones.
These are the new UV sling blades that Shasta Tackle makes, and the owner of Shasta Tackle was kind enough, he pre-tied us some stuff up. It's got the little hoochie on it. It's got the UV sling blade, and it seems to be working. It's catching us some fish, huh? Should we put it back out and catch some more? Yeah? Hey, so we've got a double.
Looks like a nice one there.
Yeah, this
All
one.
right.
It's pretty important to keep checking your outfits. I just reeled this one up, and it had no corn on it. So we put fresh corn on it. I backed it down to 75 feet, and it was in 2 minutes, and it got hit. So pretty important to keep fresh corn on these when you're kokanee fishing.
Here I am. I'm putting another one in the cooler that we caught here. It's important to get them on ice, especially in this warm water. warm weather, I should say, and the water's running about 65 degrees, so it's important to get them on ice and then get them cleaned as soon as possible. Right now, we're just going to get some in here, and then when we get a few more in here, we're going to stop and we're going to get them cleaned and then pack them on ice, and it just makes it so much better tasting fish. They don't get soft on you, it keeps them nice and firm. The better you take care of them, the better tasting it's going to be on the table.
I don't get out here very much to fish, but it sure is fun. And now that Emmeline's 5, it's a little easier to take her out. It's a fun thing to do with her. We really have a good time, don't we, Emmeline?
Deshaun, back rod.
Got another one on here, another double.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm going to reel this one up and change it over. I'm running a dual sling blade on it, but we might not be trolling fast enough for it to effectively work. So I'm going to go with a single sling blade and a crip lure, and I think this will do it for us today. So I reel it up, change it out, and we'll see how it does. One thing with fishing with kids on the boat, you don't want to keep them out too long. I mean, today is relatively warm. We've been out here about 2 hours or so, and that's for the age of the children, that's probably long enough for right now. We don't want to keep them out too long to where they don't want to come back out with us again. So keep them out just a couple of hours. When they start losing interest, it's probably best to reel them up, take them on in, and do something different with them for the afternoon. And they'll come out time and time again. Oh, we just changed this one over here a little bit ago to the sling blade and the crip lure. And I was hoping to get a little bit bigger one, but fish is a fish at this point. I'll take all I can get. Putting up a pretty good fight. This is a mid-sized sling blade and a crip lure, and it was a hand chosen by Gary for us to use out here. So
all right.
he did a good job. Yeah, I'll have to call him and give him a big thank you because it's worked real well for us.
Now, fishing for kokanee is great, but if you're the kind that needs a little more pull, then just hold
There's
on.
one right underneath him. He's right underneath it.
Up next,
Oh, he's got it. Oh, boy.
it's trophy yellowfin tuna with Roland Martin.
Oh, boy, I got one on, son. I got one on. Big old tuna fish. Oh, that was good. All right. Okay.
Welcome to 400 feet of water, about an hour's run off the southern tip of Louisiana. I'm Justin Wolf. We joined Roland Martin in venturing out of Venice Marina in search of yellowfin tuna on a stormy, big fish kind of
Yeah,
day.
I see him right here.
We have a deep trolling shrimp boat and schooling bonita looking for an easy meal. And there's a good chance that hooking and putting out a big mullet bait fish will get the attention of the larger predatory fish.
Hit it!
Got it, son. That was quick. We got one right off the bat. Big old tuna fish. That was something, folks. We let that bait down. We let that mullet down, and it hadn't gotten down but about 5 or 10 foot off the boat. We were right by that big shrimp boat, and here a big giant tuna, probably in the 100 to 200 pound class, took it no farther than 10 foot from the boat the second we got it down. And the lucky thing is, we've pulled it away from that shrimp boat. The problem is getting it away from that rigging. The water's 300 feet deep here, and all those cables are going down to the bottom, and those tuna fish are getting wrapped in the cable. But we got this fish away. So we're in good shape. We're just gonna let them drag along here for a second. We're gonna get the belts on, and we'll fight them in. We're talking about giant yellowfin tuna. So don't go away, folks. We got a big one on. You got
Watch the
sound on
motor,
that?
man. Stop right here.
Oh, that's right. Boy, you got a big one on now. That's another yellowfin.
We're gonna have to chase him down. We need an angler on this rod.
Okay, now we're gonna have to get we got 2 big fish on. We're gonna get this on. We have to chase these down. Now we're gonna, okay. I think this one's a shark, don't you?
Yeah. Well, it doesn't get any better than that. We pulled up, we weren't behind the boat for maybe 30 seconds. First 2 baits in the water got inhaled instantly. I think he's got the bigger of the two fish. We saw the hit on that one. It was on a magnum-sized mullet. I'll show you that in a second, like a 3-pound mullet. Pretty remarkable part of our fishery here is in the fall. A lot of these bait fish are all gathering up together in the river now. They're gonna run offshore to spawn. Got a lot of these big predator fish here that are waiting for that to happen. That's one of the advantages we have here in Venice. That long peninsula that you drive down from New Orleans, you gotta make that trip in a boat anywhere else in the Gulf.
This is over 100 pounds, isn't it?
Oh, you saw the size of the mullet?
200 pounds?
I mean, I'm thinking he's probably gonna be a 120 to 150 class.
Well, this stand-up tackle is something. This is some heavy tackle. We're dealing with 80-pound class tackle, and we have a 200-pound or 150-pound leader. We're not back on leader. How far down is the leader, Bill?
It's no leader. I got 150-pound top shot straight to the back.
How far is the top shot?
You probably have about 100 yards of top shot.
100 yards.
So once we get that knot on there, I'm pretty comfy that he's going for a boat ride.
I got you.
I might get over top of it.
Okay.
I'm
Stand
gonna
up
slide
tackle.
around behind you there.
Okay.
Just as long as mine's bigger than his. I think mine might be a shark, actually. Hey, hook me up with that back brace that I brought.
Got a lot of the back end on this thing now. Going down deep again. So you have 100 yards on here, huh?
Yeah, you don't have much to go.
Huh?
You got less than 100 feet to go.
I got 100 feet to go right now. Can almost see color.
I have to walk it over again. Don't worry, I'll take care of this. You do whatever you gotta do for his.
How big do you think these are, Bill?
No less than 130.
No less than 130. Oh boy, yellowfin tuna.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
There's
this
some big
one
ones. Stand up tackle.
out. That
Makes
just
it fun.
crushed.
Come on. Can I go any more with this drag? I'm up to a
You got,
strike.
yeah, it's at strike. You could put a little more. I'd say you're at about pushing 30 pounds right there. But yeah, we got
I'm on
one
strike right now.
We got 150 straight to the hook. I mean, I'm comfy all day on that.
I'm a little bit past strike. I'm right over strike.
You're good.
The button's right on the black.
This is a big fish right here, I'm telling you. If this is under 150, I'll be surprised. Step up to the side, step up to the side. He's going under the boat. Step up to the side. Back off the drag, back off the drag, back off the drag. Good work. Oh. Back off the drag, back off the drag. Try to get it straight out the side.
He's going on the motor. Wait a minute.
Punch it, punch it. What you see Roland's fish doing here is a characteristic of big fish. You know, they don't just settle into the fight and let you work them out. They're gonna change direction, come up high in the water column, go around the boat, go back down. He's definitely got a big one. Easily over 100 pounds. This is a nice one I got here too. Follow him up, just make the circle. I'd say let him go maybe. We're gonna run into problems in a second. If he wraps my fish, we're in a bind. Kind of going down. Hey, we're gonna put our rod tips together and lift up. Lift up a bit. Back off your drag a hair, back off.
Bill, you got.
I'm under.
Yeah, you're under. You're under, and then come back over. There we go. Roll, come back over. Bill, come under.
Now's your chance.
Here you go. Here you go. We got him. Get that other gaff back there.
I got it.
There you go. In the head.
Under the head and lift. Pop.
All right.
Okay.
If you want to hold out, let me get my gaff out and get a better shot.
Okay. Wait a minute. Okay.
Good, guys. Somebody wants to take that fishing rod.
Here, hand it to me.
I got it.
Back off the drag
I
some.
got it.
Pick up the rag.
Clicker on.
Okay.
Let's take this fish to the back of the boat so we can lift it over. A little higher up here.
Okay.
Hold tight.
Okay.
This is what you call cockpit chaos.
All right, let me go over you guys.
All right.
Watch the rods.
That's a big one. That's a big one, folks. That's as big as any yellowfin I've ever caught. That's a big one. 150-pound tuna. Way to go. Hey, boy, that was excellent boat handling. You know, it was such a big deal trying to keep the two tuna away from the engines and away from each other that you did a great job. That was wonderful.
Swimming big circles and just got to
Yes.
keep on switching lines.
Let's go help Bill.
Let's finish landing this other one.
Now, Bill, once let me ask you a question. Once we get these two tuna fish in, and it's awful rough, you were talking about some big cobia.
That's right.
We're gonna go try this offshore action's fast, and we've only been out here but 30 minutes, but still it's so rough. He knows a spot over on the west side of the delta.
That's
It'll
right.
be protected, and there's some big 40 and 50 and 60-pound cobia.
That's what we're
So
after.
we're gonna work on those a little bit.
We took enough of this abuse.
Yeah. Have you seen yours yet?
There he is.
There he is. Another big tuna. Oh yeah, that's as big as the other one, isn't it? Or bigger.
Here's the fish circling 3 feet down.
Another tuna.
Big yellowfin.
Another fish chasing him, huh? That might be bigger than this other one.
Looks about the same.
Get it one more time. Last thing you want to do is reach down too far on these big fish, because
Especially when the cameras are rolling.
they'll take it right out the boat.
Take it right out the boat.
Best thing to do is wait for the head to come up on the surface. Get his head coming up.
I'll let you strike him the first time, and then I'll follow you up.
Yeah, follow me right behind in the head.
I'll follow you up.
There you go.
All the way
Go
under,
down,
all the
go
way
underneath,
under.
go underneath.
Now up.
All right.
Okay. We got him, son. Another big giant tuna, both of them about 150 pounds. These are some big, big tuna fish. And you might notice on Bill's shirt, they call Venice, Louisiana Tuna Town, because for the great tuna fishing is here, the best that I've ever seen. Possibly in Mexico you have some is good, but not here in the United States. I think in the continental United States, this is the best yellowfin tuna fishery, period.
I broke a sweat.
Okay.
Let's go and get him in the boat. If
Okay.
we're going to make a shark jump and take
Okay.
the bite out of him.
Watch your gaff top. All right, clear out, fellas.
Let him roll right in the back.
This one's bigger.
Woo, he's fat.
That's
He's
a
bigger.
180, 70.
180, 170, holy moly. I thought I had a big one until Bill landed his. Oh, you got it, you got him. She's got one.
Louisiana's coastal waters hold a fantastic variety of game fish, which on this day included not only yellowfin, but also blackfin tuna, as well as
He's got a cobia.
cobia,
Yeah, cobia.
a prized food fish that grow to over 50 pounds. In a short few hours, it was clear to me why Venice Marina is known as the fishing capital of the world. And if you add in the great inshore redfish and bass fishing, it's hard to argue otherwise.
Hey, thanks for watching today's episode. You know, without the support of the sponsors, the show would not be possible. So please thank them when you can. Now get out there and do some great fishing.